Alright, so we got our scouts here. We got some really good scouts actually. We got this guy here for pitchers. He had a really good discovery and really good efficiency, so I figured, some pitchers he might be able to snag out of there. But I'm gonna rely on these two really to bring out like the studs out of these guys. So I'm gonna use this guy. I'm liking the looks of this guy. He low-key looks like he would be a low or a high overall. So let's put him on there. See, he's good with, we'll do a pitcher for this guy. So we'll see a pitcher that I do not have looked at here. So we have this guy. Let's see the low potentials. There's a lot of guys that are low potentials that, they end up just becoming studs. This guy's 24. Who wants that? Here we go. We'll get to some young bucks. 19. Alright, let's look at this guy right here. I'm going to use this guy for a position. So let's see. These guys with the, let's see, what logo is that? Newly discovered. So these newly discovered guys, they, some of them end up being studs. So that's why you gotta do this, honestly. It's the way to go. So I'm gonna more than likely look at all of these guys right here. Like, yeah, the shortstop, he's gonna be a stud, I feel like. And, let's see, 22, 21, 19. Let's look at this guy, too. Alright, so we have that, and then we're gonna, just simply back out. Go to the calendar, send that day. And then now, when we go back into scouting, those guys that we were looking at might be...
Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the AL West, the Blue Jays knocked out 10 hits as a team as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County, 5-4. The Tampa Bay Rays launched 3 home runs as they beat the O's in Baltimore, 10-9. The Cleveland Indians allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx, 4-2. The Minnesota Twins combined for 4 total home runs as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox, 13-3. The Philadelphia Phillies amassed 14 hits in the game as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 8-2. The win was their 6th in a row. Pablo Lopez earned the 3rd W of his season as the Marlins grabbed one from the Cubs, 3-1. The Cincinnati Reds combined for 10 hits as a team as they sank the visiting Buccos, 5-3. Madison Bumgarner tossed 8 strong innings in the win, allowing only 1 unearned run, helping the Diamondbacks grab a victory against the Brewers, 7-2. The Washington Nationals combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the Cardinals on the road, 4-3. The San Diego Padres completed the long 4-game sweep as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine, 15-1. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Then it shows all the scouts.
Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting out west in the American League, the Oakland Athletics combined to allow only 4 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 10-1. The White Sox put together 10 total hits as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers, 7-1. The Angels went deep 4 times as they took down the visiting Blue Jays, 6-1. The Baltimore Orioles picked up 14 hits in total as they got a win over the Astros in Houston, 9-4. The Reds got 12 hits in this one as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg, 9-5. The Indians pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 3-2. The Royals put up 16 hits on the day as they were able to get the walk-off victory against the Tigers 11-8. The Red Sox.
We'll go over the roster.
Chris Archer got the win, throwing 8 innings, allowing 1 earned run, leading the Fightin' Phils over the Mets 4-1. The win was their 7th in a row. The Miami Marlins knocked out 12 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 4-1. They now have 5 straight wins. The Pittsburgh Pirates got the best of the Brewers at home 6-5. Colton Wong had a big fly with 5 driven in as the Cards took down the Nationals 5-3. The Atlanta Braves got a road win against Arizona 4-3. The Dodgers allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 2-1. The Giants combined to give up just 5 hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 7-4. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
I'm not taking him over a position player. Catchers, I really need a catcher. So if there's like a really good catcher, I'll draft a catcher. That's not a problem for me. First base, I think we're okay. Not the strongest, but I think we're good. We got second base. He's going to be locked up on the team for a while. So I don't really got to worry about much at second. Plus I got these 2 guys. Hopefully Burrito maybe comes up a little bit. I got him in AA. So he gets a lot of stain over there in AA. So, I don't know, he's still young, he can improve, he can be better than this guy in a year or 2, so we'll see how that happens. Third base, I'm chilling. I got a couple of young guys, but I got Chapman, so he's a stud. Shortstop, now, see, I have a lot of these guys, and, like, we got Correa, he's locked up for, like, 9 years. DiBiase, just signed him, he can play a lot of positions, so I can honestly move him. If I ever end up trading some of these guys, I can move him wherever, including outfield. I think Sano or Verdugo might be my my next trade, but I don't know. Outfield, we're okay. I guess we can use an outfielder. We can use an outfielder. We can use a third baseman. We can use a second baseman, and we can use a catcher. I think all the other positions we're chilling. So catcher. Go after some kind of outfielder, and we'll do a third baseman or a second baseman. Alright, so let's draft in 53 days. Let's let it go through a little bit. (13-3) record right now. That pitch and rotation. We just got swept by Houston now. Alright, so draft is in 14 days. So now we're going to go back to the scouting now.
Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Starting in the AL West, the A's hit 3 long balls as they blasted the Astros 9-3. The Rangers totaled 13 hits as a team as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 3-2. The Yankees held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 3-0. They are on a roll with 8 straight victories. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim grabbed 13 hits in the game as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-3. The Jays allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they beat the visiting Red Sox 8-0. The Rays combined on a complete no-hitter as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 2-0. Sean Anderson won his first game of the season as the Giants disposed of the Royals 5-4. The Twins totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 9-7. Will Myers plated 3 runs on the day, leading the Padres past the Marlins 7-5. The Colorado Rockies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 4-3. The Chicago Cubs got 11 hits overall as they took down the visiting Orioles 6-3. The Cincinnati Reds sent 3 balls into the seats as they plundered the Pirates 10-1.
See, now this
The Milwaukee Brewers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they got the best of the visiting Mets 3-1. Patrick Corbin won his 4th game thus far as the Nationals pushed past the Diamondbacks 2-1. As of today, he is in the top 5 in the National League in strikeouts. The Los Angeles Dodgers launched 3 home runs as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 6-5. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors.
We're going to aim for all the 80s. We're going to see like how all the 80s do. Oh, so he was already looking at Jay Grady. But I want this guy to look at him. So we'll put this guy on somebody else. Another catcher. Yeah, we'll do another catcher. Now we're gonna sim a day. We're gonna do this a couple times because I'm interested in those people now that we scouted. So we had.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting out west in the American League, the Oakland Athletics hit 3 long balls as they got a win over the Astros in Houston, 17-10. That's valid. The Texas Rangers tallied 5 home runs overall as they got the extra inning victory against the Indians 6-5. The Bronx Bombers brought out the rooms in a 3-game sweep as they took down the visiting Mariners 3-0. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. The Angels finished off a 2-game sweep as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 2-1. The Boston Red Sox grabbed 13 hits in the game as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 9-4. The Detroit Tigers racked up 11 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Rays 4-2. The Kansas City Royals broke up their 5-game losing skid as they defeated the visiting Giants 5-4. The Minnesota Twins completed a short 2-game sweep as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 5-2. The Marlins second baseman, number 8, had 3 hits in the contest as the Marlins downed the Padres 6-5. The Rockies combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 5-4. The Cubs combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the visiting Orioles 3-1. The Pirates had 12 hits as a team as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 6-4. Corey Oswalt grabbed his 2nd win of the year, helping the Mets get the best of the Brewers 4-1. Ketel Marte grabbed 3 base knocks as the Diamondbacks disposed of the Nationals 4-3. The Chi Sox held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 5-1. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.
All right, we got the controller on. All right, good. All right, so this guy, he's better with the pitchers. So we'll go down here, we'll look at some pitchers. Okay, we got, look at this guy. All right, then we'll let him rock with that. Sim another day here. All right, let's go back to our scouting. All right, so let's look at accuracy again. So now these are
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the AL West, the A's finished off a 3-game sweep as they stole the victory in extra innings over the Astros 4-2. The Rangers amassed 14 hits in the game as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 5-4. The Red Sox put together 10 total hits as they blew out the Jays 11-1. The Tampa Bay Rays totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the win in extras against the Bronx Bombers 4-3. The Tigers got 12 hits in this one as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 5-4. The Padres combined for a 4-hitter as they took down the Fish in Miami 6-1. Chris Archer collected win number 3 this year, leading the Phillies past the Rockies 8-2. The Orioles knocked out 12 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 6-3. The Reds totaled 11 hits as they sank the visiting Buccos 7-1. Jacob deGrom pitched his way to his 100th career victory, helping the Mets get the best of the Brewers 7-3. He is currently leading the National League in strikeouts. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.
That's valid. I would love to have him on the squad. Give this guy to a position player now. Let's look at this center fielder. Nah. Alright, so we'll leave that. Let's go a few days. It's draft day today.
The first-year player draft is only a day away. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting out west in the American League, the Oakland Athletics combined to allow only 4 hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 6-0. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Orioles 4-3.
That's why I like
Michael Kopech got his second W of the season, leading the White Sox over the Astros 4-3. Miguel Rojas drove in 3, helping lead the Marlins to a win over Seattle 4-3. The Detroit Tigers swatted 4 home runs in this one as they got the...
We got the 21st pick, as always, which sucks. But, oh, we got the 24th this year, sorry. So, yeah, we'll go look at that. There's going to be a bunch of people going before us, but... Alright, so now let's look at the accuracy. So, he's on the board. But, you know, I don't know if he's the best pick. We have this 80 down here. That's also another dude that we were looking at. Let's see, is that catcher? I don't see the catcher that I was. Oh, he's right here. I mean, I can go after the catcher, but, I mean, obviously the 80 potential is the best, so, and he's young. So we got to draft him. We'll do one more pick and then we'll just we'll send this. We have our scouts already knowing what to do. So now this is where some of this stuff comes in handy. So as you guys can see, it pays off very large dividends. It really does. It pays large dividends to do the scouting. So now it only took me about probably 10 minutes total to do all of that scouting. And, you know, our scouts even auto-drafted for us. A nice closer to end off the draft here. But let's look at our 2 studs we just drafted. We got Bradley Taylor, who I scouted myself personally. And he's got high velocity, he's 20 years old, 55 overall though. So he's going to be playing in the single A to start off his career, but we'll see how he works out. And then we have Charles McGill, maybe the catcher for the future, 49 overall though, so I don't know about him too much. We look like we got a lot of low overalls except for the closer here, but I mean, hey, we're not really looking for replacements quite yet, so these guys have some time to improve for the team. You know, obviously to show their worth. If anything, they can be trade, you know, targets for, you know, other teams. I think this catcher might have to be a trade target. He has high potential, so maybe I'll give him a season, see if he can go up to like a high 50. If not, I think he might be gone because he's already 22, so. But, not too shabby of a draft. I have Miles Bolden. I'm checking in the comments. Miles Bolden wants me to trade Sixto Sanchez. I don't know if I can do that, Miles. I mean, that wouldn't be too helpful for me because, I mean, Sixto is the ace down there for the like, watch, bro. He's an ace down here, and like he just shows everyone who's the boss. I mean, we have studs. these are some studs down here. And then we have Ricky Man here, who I don't know why they keep doing that, but yeah, I got some studs coming up to the MLB very shortly. All of these guys are like 20 years old right here. So, we'll see how that works. I think 6, though, he's going to stay on the roster only because these guys right here aren't lasting long. I mean, their overalls are still going up, which is a good thing, but I'm hoping these 3 guys right here eventually move up, take that overall, I'm hoping Mize or Luzardo move up to around a 90, and then that's when I'll bring up 6, though. And then we have Wood Richardson here. He's a young prospect in here, but he throws heat. He's got good control. He's young. He's tall. So I don't know. I think we got some great prospects for the team. That wasn't the best draft in the world, but let's see what these guys' values look like. I gotta sign them actually. So let's sign these guys real quick. Alright, so let's see, actually. Let's see what we can do here because, I mean, we have some of these guys, but they're okay. We got trade talks going on. Let's see what we can get for Chapman. It's probably going to show no trades. Oh, wow. So just for shits and giggles, let's just see what we can get for Chappie here. Rafael Devers, he's valid. He's not Matt Chapman, though. It's just not the same. This would be valid, but I'm not giving up my best player. This is also valid, but I'm still not giving up my best player. We'll just get out of that. Yeah, so we can trade. Let's see what we can get for 6, though. You think we're gonna get anybody good? He's 80 overall. I feel like you can't get much better than that for a pitcher. He's young, high overall, A, high A, not a mediocre A. I mean, they're offering me okay players. Nothing crazy. Like, if anything, this would probably be like the best trade right here. But that's like not valid at all. That would be the only one that's like most valid, but look at the overall difference and everything, so it's not even worth trading them. But there's no point in trading them, I don't need to. So let's sim the All-Star Week. Let's see what we got here. One thing I noticed, the CPU doesn't send many trades into this, so Low, I need a catcher, but I have Salvador Perez right now, so I'm okay. Diamondbacks, send an offer. Sending me a catcher, Low. Isn't that funny how that works? Let's see. He's a 70 overall. He's okay. I mean, I have a 70 overall. If anything, I would want the other guy for me. Yeah, I'll trade him. But I don't want this guy. I want one of these guys. So now that's valid. I'll take Eloy Roof. Alright, so let's go to the Diamondbacks real quick. Since the Diamondbacks won him. Where are the Diamondbacks here? Go to the catchers. Let's take Eloy from you. Oh, they like him. I don't know about that. See, Lo, I have Salvatore. He's okay. Let's see what young guys we can get maybe. Damn, they like both of them, huh? This guy's the hitter. Yeah, this guy is real Muto. See what we can get. They like I mean, low. So I have Siegler. Like I traded for him. He's okay. He's not bad. He's a good defensive catcher, and I have him in the weight room right now. So that power will be up soon. Be a decent hitter. Good defense already. I mean, he might be okay. Let's see. We can get rid of this guy. What do you think they would want? They liked him. He doesn't offer much for them though. No, yeah, I'm gonna stay with Perez for now, but I mean, I can always get one of these guys and they'll just play in my AAA. But yeah, look at this guy. Drafted him last year. Look at the power already. He's valid. Miguel Cabral. You think that's ironic? You think that has anything to do with Miguel Cabrera? Third base. 6 foot. A little light though. Miguel has some meat to him. Player is injured. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take him out. Let's look at prospects for these guys right here. Maybe make 1 or 2 trades. See, like that's okay. I'm giving up Hoyjoon Park, but I mean, he's just a backup. He's just a backup for me at the moment. Closing pitcher. See, some of the closing pitchers are okay. I mean, that's a good trade. It's an A overall, A potential. So we'll go to the Blue Jays for now. If I can get any other A potentials. Tyler Freeman. Now that's valid. Low, what do you think? You think this Tyler Freeman trade with the Indians or this Blue Jays trade for the third baseman? I mean, it's A potential, so, you know, it's always nice to have an A. But this guy's a stud. 72 overall already. I look at it as, like, it's okay if they're 22, 23, but they need to be in the 70s already, or they're not even worth it. Like, this guy's good. I mean, he's a closer, so, of course. 25, nah, he's a little old. It's looking like that one trade was pretty valid. Starting pitcher, but he's a low potential. There's the catcher of the future right there. There he is. Nah, that's not him though. I can't do that trade. It's not worth it. Center fielder, he's okay. Closing pitcher, we don't need a closing pitcher. Junior Hickey. That's a valid one. Someone to grow in the farm for me. He's a 22 A and he's a 60. 20 A and he's a 60. Alright. Have to go with him. That's valid. So we got we also have this guy. We just drafted him last year. He was one of our draft guys. Potential, he was an A. 72 overall, so he's pretty valid. Here's Junior Hickey, though. We just traded for him. He can play first base, center field, and right field, so I can always plug him in at first if I really need him over there first. Which doesn't sound like a bad idea, but for now, he's going to play down in the double. And, of course, we got Miguel Sano out there. We got Dominguez. So I was actually thinking maybe at the trade deadline, which is coming up, I was thinking of moving him to right field and getting what I can from Verdugo here. So I'm thinking I can get a really good prospect, and I'm thinking maybe I can fill in that hole at center. I'm sorry, at catcher. Um, See, now they're gonna give me some really good players here. Uh, I like that one a lot. I like that shortstop. I don't need a shortstop though. Um, Ethan Hankins, that's a nice pitcher to have right there on the team. 20 is almost a 70 overall already. Cavaco. So we're gonna think. So we're gonna think back on the Twins. So far, I like that Twins trade the most. Look at the Twins. Let's see who else we can scout out here. Porter Kingman. Now he's 20. He's a 65. So I'm not quite sure about that one. Let's see who else we can find here that's very valid. Omar Lugo. He's 18, but he has a low overall. So I'm not quite sure about that one. It honestly really just depends on the player. Like this guy is valid too. So far the Mets, I think, have my favorite. See, now for 22, he should have a higher overall. So that's why that guy's not worth it. Well, let's see if we can find a really young stud. That one's okay. He's an okay pitcher. Now, this is a valid trade. He should be a higher overall, though. The closing pitcher is nice. Sinclair, he's pretty good. I mean, there's a catcher right there. So, we have the Dodgers offering 2 different catchers here. Both of them are probably prospects, top prospects. Now, I'm going to go to the Dodgers. I'm going to try to get them along with another young prospect. And then we'll see where we can go from there. That's a good pitcher right there. Let's make sure we don't have any more people. That trade was pretty good. It was close. That Wander Franco, it's a valid trade. So I want to look at that guy. So I want to look at the Rays and then the Dodgers. So we'll look at the Rays first because I want to see that shortstop. No, it wasn't him. It was Franco. So oh man, he looks good. He looks very nice. I'm not going to lie. Here's that other one they have. He's a very good defensive guy, and he's speedy. Dominican Republic, he really good hitter already. Good contact, pretty good fielder, really good vision. So you can count this guy to have probably a 285 on the season when he's in his prime. I don't know. That might be a good pickup right there. And then he can't play anything else, but I mean, it's always good to have the prospects. And then the other team was the Dodgers, and they had their 2 catchers. So yeah, both were prospects. Yeah, I know you definitely do the trade. Of course you would. So out of these 2 guys, who is better? So this guy, Ruiz, is a switch hitter, catcher, 23 years old, A potential, and he's already a 75. So that's a high overall for his age. The other guy is a much better defensive guy. Not by a crazy amount, probably less than 10. A little bit better of a base runner, a little bit quicker. But this guy is a way better hitter. So I'm thinking we might have to go with Ruiz here. And then we're going to look at... They have a shortstop here. He's okay. Let's see who they got in the outfield. They got a lot of outfielders over here. They bulked up on the outfielders. I like Rincon. He's okay. A lot of young guys. Nothing really good in the outfield for them. So let's see what young guys they have on the roster. Alright, they have the shortstop. Might be able to snag the shortstop. I like him too. It's really not bad at all. Let's see, what can we give up? Give up a starting pitcher. Let's see what guys we have over here. So we have some B potentials that might not like turn into anything really. So let's I mean we have like Helm here. None of these guys are like decent trade value really. They like Pineda a little bit. They like Anaya. He's pretty good though. High velocity, high stamina. So he might be like, if I put him in, like decent training, this guy could potentially be a very good pitcher for me. So, like, it's guys like that, they add a lot of value. But at the end of the day, he could be a stud. Even though he may not be in your 5-man rotation, but he can be a stud. He's hurt. I can't trade any of these guys. I need them. I think the only guy I'd be willing to give up is like an older guy, but I don't really have older guys. These guys are all young. Let's see. He's pretty good. Well, I don't know what that thing means, but he's pretty good. Let's see if we have any young guys here with high potentials. Maybe they'd want Miguel Castro. Nah, they don't like him. Here's the guy I drafted. I don't need him though, so I'll just put him in there. Let's see. You guys like Siegler, huh? I'm getting your catcher, so you guys can have Siegler. I'll take out him. Let's do one of them starting pitchers. One of these guys. They like Pineda. There we go. Alright. So, Lamiles, if you're still watching, we got that catcher you were asking for. So we have Kelbert Ruiz here. So we're hoping maybe he can get some stuff done. We're gonna move him to the AAA. We're hoping maybe that, he can do something down there in the AAA. We're hoping. So I was thinking we can trade Mountcastle. We have a lot of first basemen now, but we don't really, these guys are okay. We're good here. This is one of the dudes I drafted, by the way. He's not bad at all. He's really good batter already. So, he's decent. In the AAA, he's going to eat up a little bit. We don't need a lot of first basemen. It's good to have them, I guess. But let's trade Mountcastle away. Let's trade away maybe 2 of these guys. We'll do Alex Ames. We might be able to get a lot for him. He's 25, so he's already getting old. He's not that great, so we'll trade him. He's going to have some value. We'll trade Mount Castle. He has a little bit of value. Let's see what we can get for those two guys there. Okay, so we'll go to Mount Castle. See, like, look, he has pretty good trade value. And then we'll do Alex Ames, and he also has good trade value. So we might be able to pick up a stud here. If we can get like a decent catcher here, I mean, I'd be happy with that too. We're giving up people that we don't need in general, and also, like, you know, they really don't have much potential on their team. So now, like, we have Danny Jensen here. Now, we just traded for a catcher, but he's an 85 overall. I'm not trading much here. I'm trading people that I will not use and I will not need. So, we gotta look at some of these, but we can also pick up young studs. So, like, we got a lot of trade value. We got a lot of thinking to do. So far, I'm really liking that Blue Jays trade. 85-year-old catcher. I'm going to look at his stats before I make a decision, but so far the Blue Jays got it for me. Let's keep looking through. Now, if we see like a 25, 26-year-old in the high 80s, that's like definitely someone I want to look at. This guy right here looks like he can be a stud. He's already a 72 overall. Yeah, I can't do that one. He's too old. And he's a closer. We don't need closers, guys. I want decent trades. Dwayne Roses, third base. He's already an 82 overall. So, like, he's pretty valuable. That guy's pretty good. Jarrett Kelenic. Now, I wish my friend Miles would talk to me a little bit because he started a franchise with the Mariners, and I'm not sure how this guy is doing. So maybe this could be a call up for me. All right, so I'm gonna have someone tuning in to the show shortly. Um, it's gonna help me make a trade here. I'm a little bundled up on a couple of the people. I'll wait for him to get in here to actually go through some of these guys. But I'm just glancing for now. I'm seeing what they have to offer me. There's a couple of guys that have definitely popped out for me. A couple of really high overalls. And the guy's also being young. Yeah, so like this guy's okay. So we have Miles low on now. Alright, so I have the Ryan Mountcastle. Now, this guy, it's past 2 years actually. It's actually happened. Um, so he goes into my waivers and like he's eligible to get picked up. So like every year I both times he's had that waiver shit. So I'm about to just trade him. I don't need him. I have two other guys above him and he's getting old anyway. So he actually has a lot of value. And then I have the dude under him who he's 25 already. So like he's done for. I'm going to get a nice talent. So I already went through some of the people here. I wanted to show you this is one of the valid trades. Um I actually don't like this one that much compared to the other ones. I just was on this one. So this is this guy. He's okay. There's a couple in here that I really like. Like this is valid. This is one of the most valid ones. Now there's one in here. Wait till you see it. It'll come up soon. Uh, where is it? It was the catcher too, because I know you were talking about getting a catcher, and it would be a very smart signing by me if I go through with it actually. So like now this guy's at 86, he's 26. Like that's okay. We got some valid trades. So this is the dude that I was thinking about from the Blue Jays. He's at 85 overall, B, and he's a catcher. And I can trade Salvador Perez, and I can get some young guy in a different position. There's a couple of people like now there's this guy, left fielder. So I was thinking this guy, he's valid. I was thinking him, so the Tigers, and then this catcher on the Blue Jays. Like there's a couple of good people. But alright, so oh yeah, and then there's Jared Kelenic, but I don't know how well he's gonna be, and he's already 22. So like the other guys are already more valid. Oh, this is dude low. This is who I was talking about. So Francisco Mejia, 26, A potential, 82 overall. He's lower overall than the other guys. Same age as them, but he has an A. So like I don't know how that pans out. Like it's a rough one, honestly, because like I don't know what the guy's overall is gonna get to. All right, so let's go back. We have the Tigers left fielder and the Blue Jays catcher. I like both of those guys. So we'll go to the Tigers first. We got the Tigers left fielder. He's their starting left fielder. Domlo. Domlo. I might have to get him. Oh my god. He is a stud. Look at those hitting stats already. Put him in the weight room. He's a fucking 5-tool. Nah, well, his outfield stats are a little garbage, but we'd put him in the weight room a little bit, and you know he might be a stud. And then we had the Blue Jays. We had the Blue Jays catcher, Danny Jensen. They had this guy, but he's so we had Danny Jensen here. Now he's also nice, and he's 26. He's at 85 overall, so he's gonna go up probably for another 3, 4, 5 years in overall. So he could probably be like a 91, 92 around that. So, I mean, I have a current catcher, and I have a guy under him that I just traded for. So I'm thinking now that I looked at that outfielder, I might just go for the outfielder. And I might be able to finesse for somebody else. So he's good. I like that. At shortstop, they have a couple of. He's nice. Kilgore, very good fielder. Let's see. That's a lot. We'll do this trade. I like this trade. I think it's valid. Now again, like, see, like, he's okay. He's 25 years old though, so like, and he's also not gonna be playing. So I can trade him. Like, that's a valuable trade asset that I don't need. And then look at all the first basemen, and like, I just have him. Like, look how much he takes off. He takes off a decent amount. So, yeah, I think we're gonna do this trade. And then now we have an outfielder locked up for the future with this squad. And I think that was a very smart move by me, because I'm going to be getting rid of possibly getting rid of some people. So we got Mitchell Tree. He's in the AA. We have some really good outfield prospects right now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with some of the outfield prospects. I'm thinking about moving Mitchell Tree to center real quick, actually. I want to move in the center field. He can play all three, so it's okay. I'm going to make him my center fielder, because I'm also going to put him back in left. I'm going to move my boy Jason Dominguez. He earned his spot up into the big leagues, showing great DH performances. So I'm going to move him to the right field. If you didn't notice, we traded Verdugo. So we don't have Verdugo anymore, but we have Dominguez. It's a good replacement for him. So yeah, we have good outfielders. We have good prospects. He went down in overall when I moved him to center field. So let's actually go back, move him back to left field. We'll just keep him there. He was outfield and first base. No, he was just outfield. Okay. We'll keep him like that. Let's just see the overall difference real quick. 72. Okay. Alright, so that's valid. I wonder what Laureano does when he goes to right field, because Dominguez went down in overall when I moved him over there. So let's check. He went up in overall by 4. Wow. So yeah, we're definitely moving Dominguez to center, and he's actually my fastest outfielder. So that works for me even better than I had planned. I didn't realize I would have moved him over there last season. But yeah, he's having a great season. Look at him. He's batting a .311 batting average. He's already got 23 homers, 46 runs, and 60 RBIs. So he's having a really good season over here for the Athletics. We have Dominguez here. Not much of a power hitter, but he's been more of a DH. So he has 58 at-bats here compared to Laureano's 264. So you could see that Dominguez has been hitting well as a DH. So yeah, I think moving him up is going to be best for his potential moving forward. Let me make sure he's on my 40. Yeah, this was a big signing in the offseason. I don't know if you were on earlier to watch the stream, but we got rid of Trevor Simeon, and we signed Correa. So that was a huge signing for us. We locked him up for 9 years. I don't plan on keeping him for 9 years, so I backloaded his contract for a reason, because I'm planning on having one of these two guys moving up to that potential spot soon. Possibly 2 years, if need be. But we already have DiBiase here. He was originally our second baseman, and we moved him over to shortstop for a decent amount of time, and he's had a lot of good, like, he has some good DH hitting going on there, batting at 289. He's doing well. So yeah, so we got him. Matt Chapman, of course. You already know Matt Chapman. He's a stud. He's hitting well in the AAA. Not hitting well, actually. He's striking out a lot, but the plate discipline probably isn't necessarily there yet for him, so that's probably why. So we have our catchers now. I mean, Ruiz is pretty good. It's pretty valid. We're good with Salvador Perez now. He's like 7th in our lineup. He's a good power hitter still. Decent contact. Fielding is still there a little bit, so I think he's good there. It looks like Ruiz is hitting well this season in AAA. That's promising. So yeah, let's maybe we'll move into the playoffs now. I think our squad we have is pretty set. I think we're pretty well and lined up for a deep run in the playoffs here. I think it's very possible. I don't know why we have injuries when I turned them off. It kind of is upsetting a little bit, but not quite sure who turned those on because I know I didn't. Also, I think they changed my stuff earlier, so I want to do meter, but I want to do the classic on, okay? And the batting, I think they changed up my batting as well. So I like the view they give me for the batting, but I don't like the zone. I think the zone is I don't know. I think zone's a little bit too much. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Let's apply those settings. Alright, so let's move to the playoffs. We'll go to this first. Mariners offering me somebody low. They're offering me Joe Birdie here. He's 32 years old and he's a 78 overall. I don't really see why they would send me that trade, to be honest. Considering I don't really like the Mariners to begin with. And yeah, I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a lowball trade, if you ask me. However, I think Birdie might fit in real well. Taking a little bit of a bench role would be a nice DH to have on the squad coming into the playoffs. And it's looking like Adrian Tavares isn't much for me. So we'll accept that just because of the fact that the more bats, the better. I don't really care about the All-Star game too much. One of our players is in the All-Star game. That's nice. I'm sure they all do. Alright, so we'll send to the trade deadline. So we're at the trade deadline here. We also have the contract extensions. So let's lock some of these guys up for
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting out west in the American League, Dominic Leone grabbed his 4th victory out of the pen as the Athletics took care of the Tigers 5-4. Also out of Oakland, relief pitcher Danny Jimenez has been placed on waivers by the club. As of right now, the A's are leading the AL West, and the Tigers are in 4th place in the AL Central. The Astros completed a 3-game series sweep as they took down the visiting Mariners 3-2. At the start of the day, the Astros are in 3rd place in the AL West, while the Mariners are at the bottom of the division. The Marlins put up 16 hits on the day as they defeated the visiting Angels 11-9. As of today, the Marlins are in first place in the NL East, while the Angels sit in second place in the American League West. The Texas Rangers pounded out 17 hits in this one as they took down the Nationals in Washington 7-5. Entering the day's action, the Nationals are in fourth place in the NL East, and the Rangers sit in fourth place in the American League West. Rafael Devers had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate, helping lead the Red Sox to a win over the Rays 7-6. He is currently among the AL leaders in batting average. In the standings, the Rays sit in fourth place in the American League East division, and the Red Sox are second in the division. John Means collected the victory in his 12th win as the Yankees push past the Twins 6-4. He currently owns the best ERA in the American League. At the start of the day, the Yankees are in first place in the American League East, while the Twins are leading the American League Central Division. The Chicago White Sox launched 3 home runs as they dethroned the Royals 13-5. Heading into the day, the White Sox sit in third place in the American League Central, and the Royals are at the bottom of the division. The Cleveland Indians earned the 3-game series sweep as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 4-2. They now have 6 straight victories. Entering the day's action, the Indians are leading the American League Central, while the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East. The Braves hit 3 long balls as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 8-3. In the standings, the Reds are in first place in the NL Central, while the Braves are in last place in the NL East. The Brewers brought out
He's a stud.
Took down the visiting Orioles 5-2.
Yeah,
As of right now, the Brewers sit in second place in the National League Central, while the Orioles are in third place in the AL East. The St. Louis Cardinals finished off a 3-game sweep as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 15-0. Heading into the day, the Pirates sit in third place in the National League Central Division, while the Cardinals are at the bottom of the division. The Dodgers put together 10 total hits as they got a road win against Arizona 7-3. At the start of the day, the Diamondbacks are in fourth place in the NL West, while the Dodgers are second in the division. The Colorado Rockies pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they crushed the Cubs 7-0. In the standings, the Rockies are leading the National League West, and the Cubs sit in fourth place in the National League Central Division. Josh Naylor had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate as the Padres got by the Phillies 13-4. Entering the day's action, the Padres sit in third place in the National League West Division, and the Phillies are in second place in the NL East. Jason Lantigua was a major force at the plate, driving in 4 as the Giants beat the Mets 8-5. He is among the NL leaders in triples. Heading into the day, the Giants sit in last place in the National League West Division, and the Mets are in third place in the NL East. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball.
Why would you want to trade him if you... That don't make sense to me, but, I mean, some of these trades don't make sense. Michael Bush is valid too. We have Dominic Smith, first base. I mean, we can maybe... Alright, so they're seeking a right-handed pitcher and a first baseman. Right-handed, or a relief pitcher. I don't know about... Alright, so they kind of like this guy. I'll give him up. And I need a first baseman? A first baseman, huh? Well, sorry, I don't have many people to give you. So let's sign a free agent. See if we can get some value here. Is there anybody young that people would want? Maybe not. Alright, he's gotta have some kind of